Thanks. Kamal, you have started a new news organisation, the News Movement, and that, my sense is aimed at addressing some of the issues that we're talking about here today, which is this issue of trust, this gap in belief. And we've seen, haven't we, in the last probably 5 years, an expectation that rising levels of education would make for a more critical, a more informed, a more demanding audience, a more demanding citizenry. And instead, we seem to have gone back into a phase of propaganda, of misinformation, of disinformation, of viral messages that bear no relation to reality. What do you think something like the News Movement can do in this environment? And what do you think media more broadly can do to help bridge this gap?
Well, look, first, thank you so much, Adrian and Professor Schwab, for inviting us along. We're a very young company, as you say, just been in beta at the moment for the last 3 months. I'm moved tremendously by the stories of you four. And I think Professor Schwab nailed it when he said the decision-making for people who make decisions, average age is 55, and the people affected, their average age is 29. And I think all of us in the media, I've been fortunate enough to have a long career at the BBC, the Telegraph, the Observer, the Guardian, and elsewhere in my career, what called traditional media companies. For all of us, we are aware that there has been this big shift in trust. But at the same time, we can see from conflicts in Afghanistan, Syria, the war in Ukraine, the COVID crisis, climate, the need for trusted, fact-based journalism is greater now than it has been for a long period. But there is a gap, as you say, Adrian, and we know that because of that gap, because of the way the media operates and maybe who makes too many of the decisions, that younger people particularly have an issue around trusting the media. And we saw from the Edinburgh Trust Barometer yesterday that the media, governments, business all have this issue around trust.